Hello, you poor devils, and welcome back to another installment of what I like to call Sinema, one of my podcasts that I'm doing on my YouTube. And since this quarantine seems to be going for another, might be months actually, not weeks, months, I'm going to be doing another horror movie review, commentary, slash whichever. Anyways, this is the second installment of my cinema podcast, and today we are going to be watching the legendary home invasion movie, The Strangers. And if you haven't seen it, it stars Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman, and it's about this couple that goes to a vacation home that gets broken into by three masked robbers. Broken into. I meant to say the three masked people. Three masked home invaders break into the home of Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman. And it gets pretty intense, and this whole movie was just a big influence on me and my writing, as I love writing about people wearing masks and breaking into homes or putting them in a criminal element. And I know it's kind of messed up to say, but as the movie progresses, I'll tell you why and how much I enjoy this genre and how real it may seem in a quarantine like this. So without further ado, let's get this started. Okay, so movie started. I had to get through a little bit of a hassle with it. It was a bitch, but now it's over. Now the movie's starting. Well, I mean the logos and the production names are going by right now. And you know the whole what you're about to see is inspired by true events. Ha! You know how many times that's actually true for a movie? Like one-fourth of the movies that claim that it's based on true stories is actually based on true stories. But the statistic that it starts with of 1.4 violent crimes happen in America is very chilling. I love when movies or even essays start out with a statistic, like an accurate statistic about how violence is in the world. Just really puts the statistic, and also talking about the real occurrences with the quotes at the beginning really sets the tone for the movie, and the mood that the director wants us to feel is that this could happen at any moment to anyone in America, and it has happened to people who thought that it would never happen to them. And you know, it starts with police chatter of a 911 call about what's happening. Two kids are walking into the house of what looks like some shit went down, because there's like a broken windshield in a car, there's a record player still going. And these kids just walk in to see all the carnage that once was. There's a bloody knife on the floor. There's a wedding ring. Oh, there's a big splatter on the wall. I don't think I remember that big splatter on the wall. Oh, there's a shotgun on the table. But, like, while all the sequences and the cuts of all the things in the house are happening, you just hear, like, this woman sobbing over the phone saying, the police lady's like, please, ma'am, calm down. Calm down. Why does every police say that on the phone? Calm down. It's like, well, obviously, if I'm calling 911, I can't exactly remain calm now, can I? Especially if I'm being attacked by a bunch of fucking people in mass in my own home. You really gonna expect me to stay calm in this situation? Who the fuck do you think you are? So establishing shot of the forest. It's all dark. And then small little cars turning up on a corner. Then it stops. And who could it be but our main characters, Scott Speedman and Liv Tyler, crying her eyes out. I guess you could say that this scene kind of showcases that they're either married or a couple, and whatever they have is kind of on the rocks. She goes to the mailbox with a handful of letters, come into the car very reluctantly, and Liv Tyler is smoking a drag. Well, that's the American couple, ladies and gentlemen. See, they're going through the house, and the more you go through the house, the more you start to see items and little eggs that you saw from before. And, look at all the rose petals. Wow. On the bed, on the coffee table beside the bed, in the bathtub. Wow, you guys really went all out. Maybe something happened at the dinner that they didn't expect. Oh, yeah. I guess it was all planned out by the guy, but maybe he just didn't plan on his girlfriend, I don't know, maybe dumping him on the night that he wanted to make it all romantic. Yeah, the way they're just looking at each other and the way they're just walking away from one another and keeping distance is just showing how how bad things went tonight. And the way they come back home with all the rose petals and the drinks and the record player, it shows how the guy, or even Liv Tyler, thought the night was going to go. And now Scott Speedman's on the phone. I thought he was crying right now because he had his hand at the bridge of his nose, and I thought he was gonna start bawling. And I was like, "Oh, poor guy." And it was like, "Oh no, he's just on the phone talking to someone." But oh wow, the freaking water that's coming out is brown as hell. She can't even take a bath. This is a really not a favorite part, but I enjoyed how accurate and how it really went through the story of a marriage on the rocks, and like a marriage that seems to be over, and that flame was kind of there but now it's gone. You don't really get a lot of horror movies like that. It's either like the guys are a bunch of fuckboys and the girls are sluts, or usually the story is like right in your face like that. But the way they told this story is they're sad first, and then they kind of show all the good memories they used to have together. Like right now they're on a date, she's laughing, he's smiling, and now he has her hand on her cheek, and it's a very romantic moment, and it's like they're connecting, but you can tell it's the past because of what happened before. Or maybe it's because I haven't seen this movie in a while and I thought this was a flashback, but maybe they're just putting on a face for the people there, and this is already happening now. Because in a way, that's how marriages are. Sometimes people have to pretend like they're okay with one another, even though they cannot stand each other, or they're fighting the urge to tear each other's throats out. And while it is messed up, that's kind of where we've gone and where we are as a species now when it comes to marriage and when it comes to love. See, he had the ring ready to propose to her, but okay, see, now the way Liv Tyler's, oh my god, Liv Tyler has such beautiful eyes. I've noticed that in every movie she's in The Incredible Hulk, in Jersey Girl. I know I've seen Jersey Girl. I'm a big Kevin Smith fan, and in Harlots, Liv Tyler just has incredible eyes. And of course, I'm not going to mention the Lord of the Rings series, because everyone knows the Lord of the Rings series and how good she was in that. And oh wow, Liv Tyler is a gorgeous, gorgeous woman. I don't know I really don't know anyone who's never thought that Liv Tyler was an attractive actress. Liv Tyler is definitely a beautiful, beautiful. Oh, it's Scott Speedman with the ice cream. Well, you haven't gotten dumped yet, buddy. She's still in the house and she's undressing. Maybe you'll get lucky. No, she's not undressing. I was just kidding. No, she's just putting something else on, something more comfortable, something that says, "We are not having sex tonight, Scott Speedman." I related to this scene a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna be very vulnerable right now, so eat shit. No, I'm just kidding. No, but if you want to listen, I guess. But it's more like you can't really stop the inevitable while you know that person you love no longer loves you. Like, it's really hard to handle. It's really hard to deal with because you always think it's about you. You always think it's your fault. And it's not. It's nobody's fault. It's just that time makes a lot of things fade, is what I'm trying to say. And it's not like it happens to everyone. More power to the people who had their love and their relationship last as long. But the measure of a relationship doesn't mean it's better or worse. In fact, something that burns twice as bright only lasts half as long. So maybe people had more passion in that duration of a short period of time, more than people who have been together for years have had passion in that duration of years. What I'm trying to say is love is very complicated. And in this movie, it really just shows that very well. And it shows the other side of the spectrum of a marriage, of what happens at the end instead of the beginning. Like most couples in horror movies, it's like the beginning and they're on vacation and they're happy, and then they die horribly because of a chainsaw wielding maniac, or something weird. I know no one's married in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but what I'm trying to just say is that most couples die in movies. And most couples are showcased to either be happy, or they're not together yet, or they became together because of the movie. But this movie just shows that these people have been together. They have a rocky relationship, and now nothing's going to fix that because the ring that he wanted to use to propose to her, well, things didn't pan out. Things didn't work out that way. And that's what I really liked about what was drawing to me about the first half of it. Because in the first half of a movie like this, it's establishing narrative. It's just trying to build on a story. It's trying to tell you who these people are, trying to build the characters as well as build the relationships so you understand what dynamic these two people have later in the movie. Which, if you can't tell, they can't really stand each other. But at the same time, they understand what they have together was real, and what they had together made them happy at one point. And so Liv Tyler's kind of hugging on Scott Speedman's back, and then they embrace each other in, like, not a really, well, yeah, of course, a romantic way. But what I'm trying to say is that, like, you know, they're trying to hold each other and say, like, this might be the last moment, you know, like, and you know, the embrace kind of shows them that maybe they can work something out. Maybe there is something there. But it's also, in that moment of intimacy, you just feel very vulnerable. And you just, you know. So I guess they are trying to make up because they're getting very close together. And he's touching on the Liv Tyler thigh. And now he is taking off the Liv Tyler panties. And Scott Speedman and Liv Tyler are about to make love in this movie. No, I'm just kidding. They're not about to make love. It looks like they're about to make love, but then, knock on the door. Who is that? No, really, I wonder who could be at the door right now. Wink, wink. I'm sure everyone noticed this. As soon as Scott Speedman's character opens the door, you can clearly see that the character standing there talking to him, the shadow on her face is purposely there so that you can not clearly see her face. And, like, you're not supposed to see any of the characters that have masks later on in the movie. And it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy how you can see the face. It just looks a little faded with the shadow, and because she's standing there on a doorstep in the dark, and she's not really making any of the answers clear of what she's doing there. She's just standing there. Now Speedman's trying to, Liv Tyler's just right behind him going, yo, can you kick this bitch off of our front step? Like, this shit is crazy. It's the middle of the night and she thinks she could just walk up to, wow. Yeah, like, that wasn't weird. Like, honestly, if a blonde girl just went up to your house all random and just started mumbling away and you could barely see her face, would you even I'm saying, like, I would not be in a normal state. I would not be in a state of just rationality. I'd be like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? Get the fuck off my property. Wow. I think Liv and Scott are just trying to, I know those aren't the character names in the movie, but that's how I know them as actors. But, what's it called? Liv was just trying to, I think they're both just trying to make excuses to get out of this situation. Because Liv was like, we're out of cigarettes. And then Scott's like, I'll go get some. She's like, no, you don't have to. And so, like, they're both trying to, like, just get out of that awkward situation because they were sitting there in silence for a while, separated from each other. I like that he's trying to make an effort, and, like, when he says, he's like, when I come back from getting cigarettes, we should talk. And I'm like, oh, okay. At least they're trying something. At least they're doing something. That's good. But for him to just be like, are you gonna be okay until I get back, is like, God, you're dumb. You're, like, really fucking dumb. You're just gonna leave her there? But at the same time, I feel like both of them were just trying to get out of it. Trying to get out of this cabin in the woods, vacation home type thing. But none of them wants to admit it. None of them wants to be the bad guy. Just be like, you know what? I really don't want to be here right now. So Scott Speedman leaves with a bottle in his hand, and Liv Tyler is just sitting there waiting for him to come back by the fireplace. I can only sense bad things are coming. Even when I first saw this, I was like, yeah, this is gonna end bad for Liv Tyler. I could already tell. She finds the ring, opens it, and puts it on her finger. Why? Well, maybe to just show she likes the idea of the ring, but not the actual ring, you know? Just like some people like the idea of love with someone, but they're not actually in love. Liv Tyler listening to records, and then a loud bang happens in the house. And when a loud bang happens in the house when you're all alone, your mind just tends to connect dots where they aren't there. Okay, this music is actually starting to fit the atmosphere of what's gonna happen. Like, it's getting really creepy, but it's not even like the record wasn't starting off as creepy, but now that there's banging on the door possibly, that the song just became really creepy for the moment. It's amazing how you could put an unnecessary song in a situation like that and then it becomes creepy. Liv Tyler really just went, hello? Uh-oh. They just asked if they're home. Oh, God.
You already came by here.
You already came by here. Oh, yeah, the blonde girl. She said, are you sure if I came by here? I mean, I'm pretty sure I'd know if I came by here. I mean, I would know. It's like you're blonde and you're creepy. And there's something weird about you. So Liv Tyler smartly locks the door. But then, not very smartly, continues to stand right at the door. Maybe a fire axe or an ice pick or something would have went right through the door and then bam, Liv Tyler would have been dead. So she locks the door to go to the window to see if anybody is out there, to see if anybody's stalking her, doing the banging on the door. And it's all clear. For now. Or maybe she just wasn't looking in the right direction. All of a sudden the fire's getting really, really big. And there's a lot of smoke coming out. And she's trying to clear it. Trying to wonder how to turn it down. And oh shit. That legit sounded like my own fire alarm. So like I freaked out. I was like, what the hell? And I got up and I was like, oh wait, no, that's the movie. I really gotta lower that because that's loud as hell. Holy shit. There's no fire. It's not. The house is not on fire. It's the movie. It's just the movie. Damn. That was a really loud ass alarm. Oh, wow. They really shouldn't have taken down that alarm. But even though that alarm's only a smoke detector, it's like a smoke detector alarm. As soon as the alarm fell, the fucking banging on the door once again begins. Woo! And we get to the point of the movie where she tries to use a flip phone. And of course it doesn't work. This movie came out in 2008. So yeah, flip phones were a thing back then. And if you don't remember, well, go back to 2008. Since Liv Tyler is now in this situation where she feels like she's being stalked or someone's outside just watching her, now she calls Scott Speedman all scared and concerned and wondering when he's coming back. And I'm not saying that she's doing that because she's a woman. I'm saying that because as a last resort she kind of has to call that person because that's the only one there. But at the same time, you know, used to be someone she cares about, used to be her lover. So obviously something's gonna grow there in that state of mind of captivity. And Liv Tyler is really rocking that flannel. She's smoking a cigarette, just straight up chilling like a villain on the ceiling. Look at Liv Tyler pouring herself a drink. You go, girl. You can do whatever you want. You Liv Tyler. When she's drinking some water, you know, she's trying to relax, trying to tell herself it's all in her head. She's trying to say like, okay, calm down. Nothing's happening. No one's going to kill you. You're Liv Tyler. Everything's going to be alright. Damn it, will you just calm down? And then she realized she's talking to herself because there's no one else in the house. Or is there? This is a really good build. Like a really good build up because Liv Tyler was asking for James right now. And then she just slowly makes her way to the living room where the door was. And now she has a knife. She's more aware. And she's terrified. You could totally tell in the way she's shaking and the way she's hesitating towards the door. But she's still trying to be brave. But she can hear the scrapes and all the noises happening against the door. But the worst part is she has no idea what's happening. She's like, oh, I don't know. Are they preparing some kind of weapon? Or is there more than one person outside? Holy fuck. The big reason why I love this fucking movie is that it's so, it feels very real. The realism in this scene is just so eye striking, and you're just so enticed by Liv Tyler's performance. She's just sitting in a corner right now, just like, you know, going insane, like cradling herself, going, I want this to end, I want this to end, I want this to end. And oh wow, it's just so good. You just can't stop watching, you know. I think why this scene really shocked me and it really influenced me to write about home invasions and stuff is that I myself imagine the shoes that people, I put myself in other people's shoes, and it's really helpful to think about other people's perspectives, especially in a situation like this. Like if people are actually experiencing a home invasion, just imagine the thoughts and the fears that really go through a person's body when they have no idea if the person's breaking in there to get money or if the person's breaking in there to kill. Oh! Big jump scare. Big jump scare. I forgot the fucking mask guy just appears at the window. Oh, dude. Dude, there's just loud bangs coming from all sides of the house. On the doors, on the windows. And Liv Tyler's all by herself. Oh, dude. Big, extreme close-up on Liv Tyler, and then the door creaks slow. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Dude, Liv Tyler's just trying to yell, go away, leave me alone, leave me alone. And they're just banging louder and louder, man. She's just crying her eyes out. She has no idea what to do. See, man, this scene was just so well done. Like, they don't even show the people in the house yet, and Liv Tyler was still on edge and just so fucking frightened. And now she just hears slow steps. The record player stopped. Tears on her eyes with a knife in her hand, and it's James Scott Speedman. Dude, she must be so relieved, but at the same time she's warning him that somebody's out there. And I was like, how did this guy not see anybody on his way into the house? Was that just him banging on all the doors going like, let me in? Okay, well, when Liv Tyler's saying somebody's out there, she doesn't literally mean that they're out in the fucking living room, Scott Speedman. It means they're outside of the house watching you guys. God, maybe this is why you guys never ended up together. Maybe this is why she didn't want to marry you. You're a terrible listener. This dude's just showing her all the rooms in the house, saying like, see, there's no one here. No shit, there's no one here. She meant outside, dummy. Why don't you look outside? Okay, well, they're looking inside first, I guess, to have peace and clarity of mind, like to just clear out the idea that they might be in the house, but they're not. At least not yet. Oh shit! You know when you watch a movie and you don't notice something the first time and you notice it like, well, this isn't my second time watching the movie, but it feels like it is because I just noticed that they burnt one of the phones. That they threw it into the fire. I completely forgot about that. I just thought they threw away the use of the phone because they were like, oh well, it doesn't work because there's no signal out here, so fuck the phone. But they can't. Oh shit! That girl's just standing there in the fucking middle of the thing. Oh god, he's gonna talk to her. What a moron! Oh my, dude, she's standing in the middle of the night. Not in the middle of the night. She's standing in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the road in front of your house at midnight, just standing there. She's not even waving. She's not even like moving her head. She's just creepily staring at the house. This dude's like, well, I'm gonna go out there and solve this peacefully. Are you dumb? Yeah, he's really dumb. He's doing it slow. He doesn't even care. He has no idea what this girl is capable of. This dude walks out with his keys, sees there's a gigantic hole in the windshield, and he still tries to walk towards his car. Do you not see that these people have fucked with your car, and they're gonna fuck with you? They're gonna put a hole in your head. And he's rummaging through the car. He felt a hand on his back. Oh, that was, wow. That was really well done. And then he just like, oh, what the fuck was that? Now he's outside of his car. Oh, the blonde girl has her mask on. Blonde girl has her mask on. Nice. He said, get the fuck out of here. Like, she's really gonna like, oh, there's a running through the forest.
Listen, go back inside.
What's happening?
Listen.
What's happening? He doesn't even know what's happening. You are counting on the wrong person here, Liv Tyler. He said go inside. Like what? What the fuck are you gonna do, bro? You just got a fucking broken ass car with cigarettes in it. What are you gonna fight the blonde chick with? Yes, he's walking towards the situation. Walking towards where the blonde girl was. Why? I don't know. I feel like Scott Speedman does want to die in this movie. Nah, I'm just kidding. It was probably just written in the script. Ooh, but he ready. Oh, wait, no, he has a lighter and a knife. Okay, so what's he gonna do? Light the fucking knife on fire and just try to stab someone? Actually, that does sound pretty hardcore, but unless he has, like, gasoline or something to keep the light ignited while the knife is fucking moving, yeah, I doubt he even thought of something like that. This guy is, like, looking for a fight. He's just walking into the middle of this field, waiting for one of those masked people to pop up, even though he's only seen the blonde girl. He hasn't even seen the dad with the potato sack on his head. He hasn't even seen the other daughter with the, I can't even place her mask, but it's the short black hair, pale face mask, but I keep forgetting what to call it. That was a fake ass jump scare. Like, they just did the whole like dramatic music as Liv Tyler opened the door to, like, oh, did we scare you? And I'm like, no, not really. I kind of saw that coming. That's the worst also. Besides the relationship, like what I said before about relationships, asking yourself why, like if you were the fault of what happened between you and your significant other. But the question of why really showcases on both spectrums of good and evil. Well, okay, not good and evil, but I mean in terms of relationships and home invasions, both of the rattling questions of why are very similar, because you're alone with your thoughts in both situations. When that person breaks up with you and doesn't give you any clarity or any kind of closure, you're just kind of left with thoughts by yourself of, oh, maybe what I did was wrong, or maybe they did wrong and, like, they don't know it, you know? And so, like, it's really hard to come to terms with that when you're by yourself, because you have to come to terms with it on your own instead of having that person, like, either apologize or explain themselves. And then in this situation of a home invasion, you really have no idea why they chose you in your house, or why they wanted to break into your house and steal your things, or why they wanted to kill you. So Liv Tyler struggles with both those questions of why is her relationship struggling? Why is it on the rocks? Why did it end? And now this situation of why are these people breaking into here? Why do they want to hurt us? Why are they doing this in general? So both of those very philosophical, existential questions kind of haunt both of these people in this relationship. So this couple is haunted by both of those questions of why there's home invaders in their vacation home and why their relationship just did not work. And the word hello is written repeatedly in blood all over the wall. Hello, 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 hello. Like every average American family, there's a single barrel shotgun in the closet. And instead of shoes in a shoe box, there's buckshots. 'Cause America. I think there's a lot of houses and households in America in which they have shoe boxes in a closet that's not actually filled with shoes, but bullets rather. Oh shit, one of the strangers said, "Here's Johnny!" right through the door. It was awesome. Okay, no, they did say, "Here's Johnny," but they're literally axing their way through the door. They're like, "Hey guys, I have something to axe you." Ha 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 ha. Well, they're trying to reinforce the door. I don't know if that's a piano or a cabinet, but it's not working because the axe is still going through the door. Ooh, shotgun. Yeah! Ooh, he shot a hole right where the axe hole was. But did he get that stranger with the potato sack, which I'm going to start calling the father, because he seems to be the only male figure on the home invasion team, which I'm totally happy for. But I don't want to call the daughters 1 and daughter 2. I'm not really sure what their names are. So I'm going to call one Blondie and the other one... You know what? I'm going to change the name from Blondie. Ooh, I'm gonna call the blonde one Atomic Blonde, and I'm gonna call the other one Geisha because her face reminds me of a geisha. Oh shit. Wait, what kind? See, this is what I mean. If you can listen to the music right now, it does not go with the situation. So they're cowering in fear with a shotgun, and then this song is playing. Wow. I mean, I guess they really like some upbeat country. Oh, a truck is pulling up. Wait, is that the geisha? No, wait. That's someone else. Oh yeah, there's other people that die in this movie. Why did I forget that? This is gonna be fun. Ah, shit. James's friend came to visit. And he's all on the phone trying to be like, alright man, I'm outside. Holy shit. What the fuck? What the hell even was that? They threw something through his window and that was a big ass hole. Okay. So this guy, I think his name's Mike. He's outside of his car. He's kind of freaked out. And now he's also at his friend's house freaking out because he's seeing all this shit that he'd never seen before. And he's just wondering himself, what in the fuck knuckle happened here? And I think any sensible person that pulled up to a scene like that, to a place like that, with what's happened, is bound to ask the same damn question of, what the fuck knuckle just happened here? So old Sammy walks in the house like everything's cool because there's country music playing. But that dude with the potato sack pulls up right behind him, quiet as a mouse. So this guy's just walking through the house confused as hell as to why the fuck upbeat country is playing when there's broken windshields outside. And this guy has no idea there's a dude with an axe behind him. The dude with the potato sack is just very, very good at being stealthy. But he's holding the fire axe as the guy has his back turned. And he just keeps walking down the hallway corridor, making his escape very, very, very small. His window is very small. He's in a narrow hallway, and the door is, like, away from him. And one of the strangers is behind him with a fire axe. Let's see how this plays out. Oh my god. I totally forgot that James is the guy who kills his best friend. Sam's dead because James thought he was one of the home invaders trying to hurt them. But one of the home invaders was about to... I'm laughing so hard because the situation could have turned out one way or the other. And low-key, I did want the stranger to straight up axe murder the guy. But instead, he popped up to a terrified James and said hello, and then boom! Shotgun blast to the face. So James has to live with the fact that he literally put a buckshot in the face of his best fucking friend. So now he's just repeating to himself, I killed my best friend, I killed my best friend, how am I gonna live now? Oh man, but you know, James, it's really sad that he killed your best friend, but you're in a situation right now. There are three home invaders trying to break into your house and kill you. And so far you only know about, I think you only know about 2 of them. Oh shit. Yeah, see? Now, James kind of has nothing left to lose now. He doesn't care. He's like ready to go Rambo on a couple of fucking home invaders. Bitch. Wow, James had a pretty good shot at the geisha girl. And then he just let that father stranger potato sack guy run up against him like a bitch. And, you know, just went right to Liv Tyler. Let's cut back to the other characters so you don't know what happened to the original character. It's not a cliche. It's just something that they like to use in horror movies. To keep it ambiguous, to keep the audience guessing. It's a good thing. Well, I guess Liv Tyler was trying to break some kind of Olympic running record because she just started running randomly after sitting on her front porch, and then she hit a trench, and I think she hit her face on the floor. Holy crap, what a wipeout. I mean, she did that really well, but still. Like, it looked like she was about to run like a fucking marathon, and then BAM! It's like her face slammed into the dirt. She ate shit. Like, literally, she ate shit. But, oh wow. Is she really crawling in the forest to get the fuck away from these people? I think she hit her stomach or her head too hard. She's kind of. I think she's only doing this because James has been gone like a while for her to be concerned, and like she didn't just want to be alone. She also wanted to help him. Now she got a flashlight. She's in a barn filled with barn instruments and stuff. Liv Tyler's freaking out. She really does not want to be alone in the city. I can't blame her. No one wants to be alone in the situation surrounded by 3 crazy home invaders. Especially one with a fucking fire axe, and the other 2 still haven't shown themselves as much, but they're still there, and they're gonna play a bigger part. I don't know why. I feel like I remember in the first part why she's crawling on all fours. Like right now I'm really confused by it, but I think it's like to remain out of sight and to like hide in the tall grass, I guess, which that's actually a little smarter than my previous thing. I thought she had broken something and she couldn't walk right, that's why. But like I know this is more of a sneaky way to get by where you can't be seen. It's better to lay low. Ooh, she just saw a potato sack guy walking in a different direction. So I guess she's safe from him for now, but like she still doesn't know that there's 2 other ones probably watching her from a distance right now. Like, oh, this bitch thinks she's safe. Well, she's stupid. Oh, see, yeah, the blonde girl's on a swing, and the geisha girl's just standing at the door staring at her. They're just like, where the fuck do you think you're going? Damn, these fuckers set a car on fire? Do they know nothing about car resale value? What a bunch of dicks. They just said, oh, this is a nice car. They probably spent a lot of years, building it up and refurbishing it. Let's burn it. Yeah, let's just douse it in gasoline and throw a match on it. Fuck this car. Oh, wait, no, she was injured. She's hobbling like she's injured. Like her leg was broken or like ankle was twisted or something. It's definitely something in her leg. The way she's picking herself up and the way she's hobbling, like not trying to put too much pressure on one foot or the other. And she's like carrying herself by the chair. So like, yeah, it's definitely a leg injury. And now she's back in the house. Sam's dead body's still there with like a fucking half covered face in blood. And I think Liv's just trying to get it. Why would she go back to the house? That's my only question. The house does not seem like a safe place for her. But maybe it was because her last resort, the car was on fire. And so she told herself, well, I got nowhere else to go. But yeah, I guess she realized that going out in the forest where they all are isn't going to be the safest bet either. But the house is definitely not the safest bet also. Like, I feel like there's no, there really isn't any other options. They chose a vacation home in the middle of the forest. How convenient. Liv Tyler's just in the house like, okay, I'm feeling pretty safe. No one's here. Everything's fine. And then guess what? Potato sack guy just rolls in. But he looks on the other side. On the left, Liv Tyler was on the right. Which is very curious because he knows that Liv Tyler's there. But I think he's just purposely playing with his food. Kind of like how a snake plays with the mouse before it eats it. It's really fucked up, but like... What really draws me about the strangers is that there's so little you know about them. You don't know anything about them. You don't know their faces. You don't know their names. You don't know why they're coming about or why they're doing this to these people specifically. And that's the mystery. That's the real kicker of the mystery. That's what really makes a good, not just a good villain, but just a good group of fucking fucked up bad guys, fucked up villains, just random strangers. Because that's what's really viscerally scary about this. That these home invaders, these criminals, these violent people could be anyone. Could be total strangers you didn't even know about. You've never even met them before. It's fucking nuts. And the more you think about it, the more you start to scare yourself. You start to overthink. You start to think like something like this could happen to you or anyone you know. Because you could just be sitting at home on a Saturday enjoying yourself. Maybe you're sipping a beer, watching the game, and then you hear a banging on your door. You just go answer it like a regular person, and you see 3 masked people behind it with guns. Like, how terrifying would that actually be? Like, I know I'm saying, like, imagine it, but, like, in terms of actually putting it in front of you, is a totally different concept. I can tell you to imagine anything and it still won't be like the real thing, because you're still not putting yourself in that realm of reality. Because no matter how hard your imagination tries, no matter how hard you try to picture it like Green Lantern and you're trying to put it in front of you, like you can't mimic this situation. You can act it out and you could do a movie about it, of course, but this situation can't be replicated. Oh, she screamed. She gave herself away. She shouldn't have done that. Like, that girl could have just appeared at the door. She would have closed her mouth and not say anything, but she screamed. So now it's pretty obvious she's in the closet. Liv Tyler, come out of the closet, you silly. The blonde was playing with the wedding ring and saying, "You're gonna die." And then James is down there with the potato sack guy screaming, "Run!" And so she tries to leave, and then the geisha girl's just standing right there in the corner looking creepy and awesome as always. And Liv Tyler's is she trying to break through glass with her bare hands right now? Because she's just screaming. Okay, James also screamed, and now it's gone. The door's open. Yeah, she should really get out of there. I keep saying James, but his name is Jamie, and freaking Liv Tyler is not... Liv Tyler's name is not Liv Tyler in the movie. Liv Tyler's name is Kirsten, or Kirsten. Kirsten Dunst, but I'm not sure. It's Kristen, I think. Oh, wow! Damn, I was like, she really walked out of there like nothing. Like, she just walked out of there like, oh, what a nice day. I'm just going to walk into the hallway. And then that potato sack guy just fucking grabbed her and threw her up against the wall. Like, what did you think was going to happen? Liv Tyler or Kristen Tyler? Damn. He almost knocked her out when he threw her head against the wall. And then when he was dragging her, she woke up halfway, started screaming as he was dragging her. And now they're both tied up. Kristen is crying her eyes out. Oh, look, the geisha girl. Oh, it's morning. Hey, from dusk till dawn. So, it's dawn now. They've been there all night. Now they're bound and gagged to chairs. They have Tyler and Jamie. I mean, Scott Speedman's character. Now, finally, we see all the three invaders, like, right in front of them, right in front of us. And they're all standing out. Just like that shot in the trailer. Beautiful shot. All three of them together. All three of them standing shoulder to shoulder. Ooh, I love this part. I absolutely adore this part. They ask him, why did you do this? Like, why? They finally get to ask. And then one of them just responds with, because you were home.
Because you were home.
Because you were home. Okay? No personal relationships with these people. No hidden grudges. No anger. Because they were home. Think about that. That's why they broke in. They asked him, why did you break in here? Why did you kidnap us? Why did you do all this? It's simply that chilling 3 words. Because you were home. Okay, 4 words. But I don't really consider, because it's like, you were home. That's what I consider it to be. You were home. Holy shit. When I first heard that, I got goosebumps. I was like, oh man, think about that. Think about how many home invasions and how many violent crimes occur only because people are home. If they hadn't been home, or like just if they had considered going somewhere that day or going somewhere that specific hour where the guys broke in, it would have changed everything. It would have been a fundamental paradox. You know, it would have prevented so much. But no, they were home and these people broke in there and they fucked them up. Oh, this is the part where they take off their masks. Oh, cool. Oh, but they don't really show the faces. I mean, I'm cool with that. I'm glad they don't. I'm really happy with that decision to not show the faces, only because like that just really adds to their character. It really adds to the mystery and the fear of how much fear they can put into you with being faceless beings. They wear masks, and even when they have them off, you can never see them. That concept of not knowing shit about the villains or not knowing shit about the evil person just makes the character so much more intriguing, and you want to know more, and you crave to know more. But that's what the movie's about. Like you know more about these people a little by little, but like you never know their name, you never know too much, and that's the beautiful part. That's how you write a good villain. That's how you write a good group of villains in a horror movie. Don't be focused with trying to explain to the audience like that. Don't explain to them. Show them. Show them who they are. Showcase what they do. And if you want to add a shroud of mystery to them, then by all means, go ahead. But, don't get lost trying to solve your own questions. Don't get lost trying to solve the questions that the audience is going to ask. Sometimes it's important for them to ask questions, because that's what being thought-provoking is. When they ask questions, or when they ask why, or when they ask what decisions came about for this scene or for these characters. It's better for people to ask questions, but people think that when they have questions about a movie, that makes the movie less entertaining because, well, I didn't exactly get my question solved. Who gives a shit? You don't need your question to be solved. Sometimes the filmmaker makes the movie because it doesn't want to solve your questions. They just want to make the movie, The two little kids from the beginning, they're kind of, they look like Jehovah's Witnesses because they're wearing white suits and not white suits. They're wearing white button-ups and they're riding bikes. But they have these pamphlets that says Christian living. And I love that the family pulls up in the truck and the blonde girl's like, "Can I have one?" And one of the little church boys is like, "Are you a sinner?" And like it's a little bit of a pause, and she just goes, "Sometimes." And they grab the pamphlet and just drive away. This shit was crazy. And they left the bodies. They left everything there. The strangers. They lived on. And they drove away in that fucking pickup. And you still never really saw their face. You saw their profiles like on the side, but you never really saw a clear view of their faces. And that's my favorite part about these characters. And I'm low-key glad they got a sequel. But I feel like the sequel just could have been done better. I love the sequel. There are so many great scenes in the sequel, but it really it struggled to build its own narrative and to find its own direction, but as well as it also just really fell flat as a sequel. And it fell flat as the horror movie that we were kind of looking forward to, is watching this movie of The Strangers. It didn't live up to the hype that surrounded it, as many people wanted a sequel to this cult classic. But The Strangers Pray at Night, compared to the original, Liv Tyler screams because she was still alive the whole fucking time. They just left her body there. But Jamie and his best friend, Mike, I think, dead. But like I kept calling him James because people kept calling him James or Jimmy or whatever. But throughout the whole podcast, I kept referring to them as their actual actor names, Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman. But yeah, that's the end of the movie. The home invaders actually get away with it, and then they leave to set up, a little bit of a sequel. And Liv Tyler was still alive at the end, screaming her head off, and one of the Christian kids. So overall, I just really love this movie. When I first saw it, I gave it, 9.5 out of 10. I still give it a 9.5 out of 10. I just loved everything surrounding it. I love the build. I love the suspense. I love the performances. I love the masks and the use of the indirect use of faces in this, using masks or using shadows, and you never really see their face or know too much about the characters, about the evil ones, the strangers. And I really like the marriage narrative that was built in the beginning. So if you really like horrors and thrillers, like nothing that's like too in your face, like Poltergeist or the Omen or like The Exorcist. Like it's not demonic possession filled horror or supernatural horror. It's just thriller home invasion horror. It's good. It's classic. It's good. I don't know a lot of people. Well, I mean, I know a lot of people who don't like horror, but I know a lot of people who like horror, and this is a cult classic for anyone who's a horror fanatic. But I know a lot of people who aren't even big fans of horror who enjoy this movie. It's good. It's a good intro horror movie to start with. If you're looking to like start your horror if you're looking to start your horror collection or your horror movie marathon, this is definitely a movie you want to get into. This is a good movie to introduce the genre of horror to someone, because thrillers are pretty tame versions of horror movies because there's a lot worse and a lot more violent ones out there. But this is a good example of a movie I'd show someone that's not really into horror that would be into this movie. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was The Strangers, and thank you so much for joining me today on the second installment of Sinema. I will be uploading this tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, and I will be posting it on my Instagram, director_Z, as well as my Twitter, directorZ5. So go ahead and follow those accounts, and don't forget to subscribe and comment, like, share this podcast with your friends. If they're into horror, if they're into movies, and I'm going to be doing more of these, and I just want to thank you guys for listening to me ramble about The Strangers, and I really hope you watch this movie, and I really hope I didn't spoil it for you, because obviously this is a spoiler-filled podcast, but please give this movie a watch when you have the chance. Once again, thanks for watching. I want to say I'm Director Z, and I am signing off, and this is the second episode of Sinema, and I'll see you on the next one.